Been hesitating to make this video for a very long time, but I can't stop thinking about it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. When I was I think around maybe 4 or 5 years old, my aunt decided to talk to my parents and convince them that I needed to be, I don't know if it was hypnotized or if it was brainwashing or something. It was definitely some form of mind manipulation. But my parents went ahead and decided to do it for whatever reason. And my aunt was ecstatic about it because one of her goals for my life was to keep me in the Jehovah's Witness organization for whatever reason. I don't know. And I told my mom when I was that young, I was like, I don't want to do this. And I was forced to do it. And I was told that, you know, my aunt knows what's best for me somehow. And nothing I said stopped them from doing this. So I was put in a room with it was just one guy. And he did his thing or whatever. Um, and I just remember after that, um, I forgot that it happened for a long time. And then, like, maybe around, I don't know, maybe around um, 5 or 6 years ago, I remembered that it happened. And I was so freaked out about it because I had all these memories come rushing back to me. But I remember um, after that day, I didn't feel like, I don't know, I went from a place of um, not understanding how the world works, because no kid knows how the world works, but I went from a place of feeling confident within myself of how to do things to almost not knowing how to do anything at all, feeling like a complete just moron all the time. And that's like when the um, mental and physical abuse really started to pick up um, in my household. Um, and this is because this was all done, and so I believe I remember one of the things that my aunt said was, well, after this guy is uh Chris will see me as his favorite now, or something like that, she said. So she did it for a narcissistic reason, and so I would be her favorite. And then the second reason was it's a thing to keep me in the organization and so don't drift off into Satan's world. That's the second thing that she wanted for whatever reason. I have no clue why my family is like this, why they have been like this my whole life, and they're still like this. Um, but just know that these cults, places like Jehovah's Witness organizations, they're very dangerous and they're very damaging to children, especially. And I just feel like that if a place like that didn't exist, then I wouldn't have had to go through what I had to go through um, during my years, during childhood. and teenage years that I wouldn't have had to go through what I had to go through, because I just remember that after that event, like, nothing was the same for me, and I couldn't think the same after that. Um, and it took me a very long time. It took me like years to figure out things after that. So it's like they did that to me to keep me confused and from figuring out things, and so I would never leave, and I would just do what they wanted me to do. And I just find that disgusting and sick and just a waste of life, because, you know, if you're there and you're telling someone else, or you're forcing someone else to do something that you want them to do that they don't want to do, then you're trying to take their life away from them. That's how I view it, and that's how I feel. And that's how I feel that that's what happened to me. Um and I don't know. I've just been thinking about that for a very long time and trying to figure out how to say in a way that maybe other people can understand. Um, I did speak to my mom recently because I don't have a car, and I asked her, I told her that I wanted to vote this year, and she just had this complete look of disgust on her face because they don't believe in that, and they firmly believe that, if someone goes out and votes, then they're supporting the devil somehow, or something like that, because it's not something from their point of view. You're not supporting what the cult wants. You're doing what, as they call it, as what Satan's world wants, which I don't know. I don't know how for so many years I sat there and looked at voting as being bad, and it's not bad. It's it's a way, just, I don't know. The bullshit aside, with your whether your vote counts or not, with whatever you believe, it's your way of voicing your opinion of how you want your country to be. And for someone to go and take that away from people, which is what that cult, the organization, does, way people's freedoms, and it makes them see every ordinary day things, and, special events that are can be meaningful in life, just seem like some evil thing that's going on that people shouldn't be taken a part of, when they absolutely should. It's their given right, so long as they're part of the country, to you know to go out and vote. um but just the just the look of disgust on her face when I had asked her that was, you know it's like no matter what I do in life, it's never going to be good enough for them unless I do what they want me to do. And I have expressed to them time after time after time again that their religion does not work for me. Their way of life does not work for me. It, you know, makes me feel absolutely trapped, like I'm in a prison. And I feel no sense of accomplishment. I feel like I have no purpose in life. being in there, but they refuse to see it that way. Um, but anyway, I just wanted to share that part of my life because I don't know. I've never, like, that thought has been in my head, and I've kind of like pushed it away for a few years now, and I finally have a chance to just get that out and like process it, that that was a thing that happened to me, and it's a thing that probably happens to other people who are forced to be in organized religion. And you know, I feel like that I lost a lot of freedoms when I was in there, and I lost a lot of chances in life that if I wasn't in there, I would have definitely taken, and I would have been a lot happier had I taken them. But that's past now. Nothing I could do about it. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. You guys have a good day.